Hi guys, welcome back to session. I'm having to do this bit over because I forgot to record the gameplay. I got distracted by setting up the camera. And, you know, it's an extra thing to hit record on. But yeah, stating the obvious, I'm trying Facecam for the first time, I think, in the history of my channel. I have shown my face on camera a few times, mostly in the earlier days of the channel. But I don't think I ever had a face cam for gaming videos. So I thought, why not, since I figured out the other day with the Stardew Valley board game video that my phone is capable of recording. I mean, I knew it's capable of recording, but I seemed to remember that it could only record for 10 or 20 minutes at a time. And then it stopped and you had to start a new recording. But with the Stardew Valley video, it kept recording for over an hour at a time, which I suspect must be due to the fact that in those past videos I was recording with the front camera and not with the rear camera, because I had to keep track of what was in shot. I'd prefer if you didn't sit on the recorder thingy. This is stupid. Lift your... Limonka, please. Thank you. FYI, this is what I'm recording to. Tascam DL10 Pro. The same thing I used for the Stardew Valley video. And I'm fairly sure that the audio quality is different, maybe worse. Definitely different. But I think I will like using this more once I figure out how to, how to edit it properly. Because with the other camera, which is this one, the Rode NT1A, which I normally use, I had found, I think, a way to work with it editing wise, like what kind of EQ and stuff to use on it, which I don't have figured out with this one, but I think I can make it work. It's definitely noisier. I mean, this one is definitely noisier than the Rode, but there are ways around that. Also, not helping the situation is that I had to put the fan on, which I assume this mic will pick up. I apologize for just rambling about boring technical stuff. and not really focusing that much on the skating. But yeah, the road is very quiet, white noise-wise, but it's also very sensitive and a bit more difficult to use, like where you put it, and often it picks up traffic noise, which I have to somehow filter out. And then the things I actually want to pick up aren't always as clear as I'd like them to. Like with the PlayStation games collection I did not so long ago. Anyway. I will have to be more mindful of pauses and stuff, because what's happening? Something went wrong. Yeah, like without my face on camera, it doesn't really matter how I cut things in editing. Whereas now it matters a bit more. So yeah, I hope I can keep this, or I hope I can maybe keep using the camera. Not necessarily for everything, but you know, it's nice to have the option, I think. This will be hilarious if it turns out that my phone stopped recording, which I can't check because the screen is facing away from me. So yeah, maybe this will be a very pointless ramble. About session. This is not really news, but I don't play it as much as I used to. I haven't recorded anything in a while. Not really sure why, it's just I don't feel very inspired anymore, except I will say switching to auto catch was a pretty good decision, because it just makes the game so much more fun. I think I briefly, or not so briefly, talked about this in the last session video, where I was also playing on auto catch. But yeah, it's manual catch is cool when you can get it and when you're having a good day and you're landing, I don't know, 40 to 50% of your tricks. But the rest of the time it's just frustrating. So auto catch is a big relief in that sense. Ooh, sweet. I do like hard flip late shoves. They're so fun. And they tend to look cleaner than late flips, which I hope this will demonstrate. A very boned kickflip. And then, like, I don't think it's possible to catch the late flip before your wheels touch the ground. You're landing it, but it's never quite right. Even from bigger heights, greater heights, which I'm not sure I will be able to get here, like even there. Just doesn't look right. I'll try one more time for a good measure, and I won't do a normal flip, just a late flip, late back foot flip, you know. Even then it just doesn't look right. It's getting a bit dark, but I'm in no position to turn on the light. So I hope this El Cheapo ring light my wife bought ages ago is sufficient. It was meant as a late front foot flip. I don't know if that's what it did. No. Yeah. I will say in advance, just to anticipate potential comments, is that I'm never very expressive. So, yeah. Forgive me for not being PewDiePie or whoever else. I'm really not I haven't kept up with gaming YouTubers. If he even still does games, I don't know. I was a fan for a while. Especially some of his Let's Plays, the Outlast ones, and I'm sure there were others, but Alien Isolation, maybe, his horror Let's Plays. Somewhat related, I'm learning Swedish on Duolingo. It's a love-hate relationship. Because I don't know how much of this is accurate, or how accurate this is. But wait, something else first. My train of thought is all over the place. I have been using Duolingo for a good number of years. This is my weirdest and also a bit embarrassing flex. So not really a flex, but just a factoid, I suppose. Is that I have a 2,100-day streak on Duolingo, spanning various languages. Polish, obviously, due to my wife. I started with Japanese, but I'm pretty sure I never finished it. A very brief span of Portuguese, which I don't, literally like 3 days. I finished German. There was one kind of weirdo language I started, but I forget which one. I don't know, can't remember. Most recently Korean, which I didn't get far in either, because it just wasn't very good. Some languages are more developed on Duolingo. It was meant to be a nollie flip. But yeah, after getting confirmation from Reddit about Korean not being very good, I used a dedicated Korean learning app, Lingery. I started motivated, but it was maybe 2 weeks, probably less. And yeah, Swedish I started several years ago. I think even before I met Anna. But I stopped learning Swedish, likely in favor of Polish. But after finishing German, I don't know, a month or two ago, I got back to Swedish. And currently I'm at, 2,100, maybe 101 days. My point being that I don't even enjoy it that much anymore. It's a thing I do. It doesn't take much time at all on a daily basis. Maybe 5 minutes at the least. Some days I am more motivated or more bored, and I do 5 to 10 lessons, usually just 3. But it's really not about wanting to learn anymore. It's just about wanting or not wanting to lose the streak. which is a stupid reason, and I kinda hate that my brain thinks this way. But then again, that's kind of what it's meant to do, like the gamification of many things in life. Nolly laser nose manual doesn't really work. So yeah, I'm seriously considering just stopping, but it feels like a much bigger deal than it actually is. Ooh, speed boost. And my somewhat obsessive brain is trying to figure out an appropriate stopping point. Like maybe 2121 days. 2121. Which is possibly even stupider. Just kind of tired of it, but also addicted. It's not the worst addiction to have, but it's still an addiction. Ideally, I would quit after finishing Swedish, but I think I'm at unit... I can't really say from memory. Maybe 14 or something. It's I don't feel comfortable guessing because I have no idea where I am or how many units there are, but it's, if I would want to finish it, it's maybe 6 months or so from now. Probably more. It's another cool one, frontside flip, late shove. The first time I did that consciously was in a video, the one in Prague, where I showed the ghetto park I made. Also, it doesn't look like a problem, but my phone is mounted in the phone clamp thingy inside the light ring, but it's like a, what do you call it, like a gooseneck kind of mount, and not a very sturdy one, so it's possible that the camera is drooping slightly. Wish I could lower the camera a bit to show Limonka better. I hope she's somewhat in shot. Although I won't, or I will have to crop that footage very likely, because that's how most people tend to do it, like a small square in the corner. Surprisingly clean if you disregard the exit. Can you do late hard flips? No, I don't think you can. Probably for the best. It's kind of ridiculous. In session-related news, there was a video. I know I keep mentioning Pigeon Thief. I know he has no idea who I am. And I don't expect him to, or whatever. I feel like a fanboy because I keep mentioning him, because I really don't follow him that much. He makes good session content. And I enjoy his videos for the most part. But yeah, the other day there was a video by him about the, what's it called, the roadmap of the year for session. It seems there are some pretty big things coming. It's very vague still. There's a DLC coming in summer sometime. No idea of what yet. I'm kind of hoping for a map. Preferably a good map. I don't really care about clothes so much, but a few new decks are always welcome, I suppose. But if I understood correctly, they're also going to be fixing the animations somehow. Weird. And yeah, I don't really know any details. There were 3 big updates mentioned. Also some social stuff, which, Jesus. Social features. So I'm moderately excited, like mostly just curious what it's going to be. I don't mind session the way it is. I guess I accept it with its flaws and with its blatant, what's the word? Not really omissions, but just lacking features, grabs. And better transition, of course. I haven't tried a lot of techie manual stuff yet. Which is much easier now in auto catch. Almost trivial, you could say. Trying to do reverts made me remember that they are going to do something about the reverts, which is maybe the most exciting bit of news. Because I really don't like how unresponsive they are. I know there is a slider for the sensitivity. Not even sure where I have that set. No, a bit under 50%. But very often it takes a few attempts to do a revert. Which might be user error. I'm not denying that, but still, it's not ideal. But if I have the sensitivity, higher, he does reverts all the time when I don't want him to. Even now, that happens more often than I would like. Specifically when I'm trying to set up for grinds, most likely, where the angle of approach matters. Because I will do little pulls on the trigger. And then he will revert and mess up. The light seems to be attracting bugs. Not that there are so many in the house, but there are some, and it's currently pretty dark inside because night is falling, and my light is the brightest light for miles, so to speak. I don't know what I keep trying to do there. Manual up onto the ledge thing. Odd. I didn't really give much thought to which map I was going to play. I was in Petrus, and as you know, I find it hard to leave Petrus. I should have changed my deck. It's a bit... I mean, it's very unrecognizable. I've only been going for a bit over half an hour. I thought it was getting close to an hour. This goes without saying, kind of. Assuming that the face cam will be a success technically. Feel free to let me know if you prefer it with or without. I know I held a poll a long time ago when I was first thinking about trying a face cam. But I never did until now. But yeah, some people were very clear about, I mean, they just voted against face cam. Which I understand. It doesn't always add much. I can understand both perspectives. Because I would say that it's nice to see the person talking on a very deep emotional bonding thing. I don't know what I'm saying. But I would also agree that it just takes up space on screen. And it covers part of the game, which I assume is mostly why you're watching in the first place. Try to do a low pop 50-50, but I'm too close now. Let's try some double grinds. It's kind of a standard at this point. Wait, what am I trying to do? I didn't mean to do the same thing twice, but that's where it was headed. Right, that tail slides, body varial nose slide. I do like those. This is a bit too high for blunts. Unless I do it like this, it's a bit too much going on. He is not locking in. I'm going way too slow. That's a fun one. cool. I'd still like to do like a nose grind nollie 180 crook. It's also cool. It's not what I was trying. I think I have to rotate just a bit more. I don't know. Let's do 5-0. Wait. 5-0 nose blunt. Nollie flip out for good measure. Pretty self-indulgent, just watching all my replays. No idea. I decided what I wanted to do as I got into the tail slide. Kind of surprised it worked out. Not super cleanly, but still. Wow. I do kind of like when that happens. Like when the wheels just spring off. The truck is not attached. I mean, the truck is, but the hanger isn't. Both wheels are off. The front truck is off. And also both wheels. 5-0 tray flip. Not a tray flip. Come on. And then into a nose grind, I guess. Why does he not want to do it? Varial flip. What was that? I'm not scooping hard enough. That was a 3 shove but no flip. That was whatever. Just making sure. A blunt tray flip blunt would be kind of insane. I'm not getting the flick. I concede. That was a pretty cool tray flip. Weird. I don't know if I was boning the ollie. Nice. It's always the coolest trick in the world, followed by just the most commonplace bail, not bail, running into curb and just collapsing. I feel myself running out of steam a bit, so let's do a few more things and then that'll be it for today. I might record another Isaac video after this. But I should probably, I mean, I know I won't, but I should check the video. That was very poorly explained. I mean, I should check if it works with the face cam, because then I can also try it for Isaac. Or I will just not do it for the next video until I have this one finished. Okay. Kind of a wild tray flip. What is happening? It's fun to do. It's kind of hard to do on purpose because it's difficult to get the speed just right. Okay. Let's go once more around the park. And that will be it for this video. I'm not setting standards on getting a good ender, so to speak. So I've put too much pressure on myself. Even though I just said that there were no expectations. That was as good as an ender as I can do right now. Okay, thank you very much for watching and for listening. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye. That was so awkward.